Hey everybody, welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. I'm totally excited to be doing this for you here. I got my very first beer mail package sent to me in the mail. That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not showing any addresses on here. I don't want to give out any information. You know what I mean? Anyways, like I said, this is my very first beer mail package that I've ever received. It's very, very cool. The guy on YouTube just was the super nice guy who was like, I'm from Israel, I love Gold Star, and you got to try Gold Star, and, we don't get it here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So thank you very much, Michael, also known as Samesy or Same ZZZ. Anyways, cool stuff. Very, very excited. You know what? This guy did me a special favor because I did get to try Gold Star once, and I've told him this. It was surprisingly exceptional. And what I mean by surprisingly is because it just looked like, okay, it looked like, and it kind of almost smelled like just like some standard beer. But I remember the taste of it just really surprised me, and it kind of took me off guard, and it was a lot better than I had anticipated. So anyway, what happened to me, before I get into this, which is very soon, is I did the beer review of a beer that was given to me by my friend's girlfriend, who basically, went to Israel and came back. I was very lucky to have this one beer. I checked my video after, and there's no audio. So here I am. I'm going to be unveiling this beer mail package without showing any valid information, or should I say invalid information? I'll be alright, people. I'll be alright. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Wicked. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. Thanks for throwing that in. He threw me a bunch of Gold Star coasters. Look at this guy. 5, 6 Gold Star coasters. Very cool. Check it out. Hey, this guy did say he got something a little extra for me. What's this? Dude, man, you went all out, man. What is this going on here? Nice. I've had... Oh. Hey. Is it what I think it is? No, it is not the same. I was going to say, is it the same as my machabre beer? See this beer here? It's called, people around here would call it McCabe, okay? Or Maccabee. But, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's like Machabe or Maccabi. Anyways, correct me if I'm wrong. It says, all you need is beer, which is certainly all we need. Medium. Very nice. That is perfect with... how my beer belly is holding out. Alright, man, this is pretty cool. Check this out. This guy went all out. You know what? This is very nicely wrapped. Okay, you put the shirt at the very bottom of the package. Okay, laid out. The plastic wrapping of the shirt doesn't matter as much because right now I'm trying to talk about how he sent this here without my bottle breaking. All right. Took some standard bubble wrap here. Got 2 elastic bands, wrapped it like so, and that's all the bubble wrap you need, people. That gives you a pretty good idea of all the bubble wrap you need. Send beer across the world. Oh, look at that. You know what? It's a super nice temperature too, because I've actually had this originally in the freezer for 20 minutes because I'm working through a box here, people. Box with insulation and all that stuff. 20 minutes, and then to put it in the refrigerator for about 2 or 3 hours just to make sure that there was a little bit of a solid core in there. Anyways, this looks really, really awesome. Freaking phenomenal. Never had I've had Gold Star before, but I wasn't sure if it was a dark lager or if a dark lager is another version that I've never had, but I'll find out later, alright? Alright, check this out. Very, very cool. I can tell by looking at this bottle that around here, because nothing is really in English here, people, which is very clear. Actually, I see the number on here now. It was the number I was going to say, 500, which will represent 500 milliliters. And the only thing that I can't really tell you is how much percent it is. But from what I remember from the review that I did, was it was somewhere between 4 and 5.5. But we are dealing with the dark lager here. I'm not sure if the last one I had was a dark lager, so I'm not sure, you know, how that's working out for me, but I should be okay. We've got a really cool looking Gold Star cap. Says Gold Star on the top in English, and then down below it is certainly not in English. Oh, this is really, really cool, man. Honestly, thank you so much. And I did you the honor of using a beer from a beer glass from Israel, as well as rinsing out my glass. As you can tell, I got some water in there, so freshly rinsed. And of course, I am absolutely prepared for the occasion. Now, this has sort of come out to like a temperature that is a little bit above chilled, so it's cold, but it's not, you know, too warm. Pretty good, right? Anyways, I kind of want to show this off just a little bit more because I'm never going to see it again. One thing I really like about this, which is cool, is this red and black stripe thing going on up top. But yeah, that's basically it. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, we'll drag this on a little too far here, but it's okay because we're having fun. So here it goes. My bad. Forgot to tell you, buddy, I collect all my caps. Alright, so I'm going to be keeping this one from Israel, which is wicked. Alright, people, let's give it a shot. Now, I have had Maccabi or Maccabe. I'm still not sure how it's said or pronounced. And I have had Gold Star, and I will tell you that Gold Star, in my opinion, was a much more superior beer than Maccabi. Maccabi or Maccabe tasted a little bit more blander, I'd say, a little bit more on the downscale in comparison to the caliber that we're dealing with here, which is the Gold Star. I don't remember it having very much of a amazing smell, okay? It's not one of those beers that are going to surprise you with some crazy, ridiculous pungent aroma. You got to go into this and you got to say, hey, this is a dark beer, this is a lager, okay? The only thing that you could possibly get out of the nose, most of the time being different, would be like a nutty aroma or a smoky aroma or a roasted aroma, you know, dark malt, stuff like that. You're not really going to be getting that necessarily with this. I mean, with this, sure, you're getting the dark malts. You're certainly getting the dark malts. They're not really on the sweeter side. They're kind of like a, I can't really explain the aroma. I'm telling you right now. If I had to say anything, I'd say it almost has a skunky approach, but it's not nearly potent enough to really be recognizable if you're not somebody who is used to drinking beer and going, oh, skunk. You know what I mean? So here goes, people. I'm going to dip in. Oh, by the way, nice color. We got like a tan color. This is probably one of the most tanned colors I've ever seen in a beer, which is freaking awesome. Loads of carbonation throughout. Filtered. You can see my face kind of through here. Anyway, you can see my hand. Filtered. See how it goes. Very, very nice. I'm telling you, if I were to relate this beer to any other kind of beer in the world that I've personally had, and Michael, I'm telling you, you gotta try this if you haven't had it before, is beers that come from Anchor Steam Brewery. Okay, I've had several of their beers, and I'm able to pinpoint this flavor, and it resembles that of one of those types of beers that I've had. Now, with the Anchor Steam Brewery beers, you got to be really careful. It's a great, sorry, I'm looking at my can. It's a great beer, okay, depending on which glass you serve it in. Now, for a lager, excuse me, You might be saying to yourself, lager, you know, it doesn't really matter what glass you drink it from. I'm telling you right now. Of all the beers that I've had out of all these years, I will notice a significant impact in the taste of the beer that comes from the Ankerstein Brewery, depending on which glass it is given in. I don't remember what I preferred, but it doesn't really matter, man. I'm drinking a Israeli beer in an Israeli glass. At the moment, for me, and the selection of Israeli things that I could possibly be putting into one right here, I think I'm doing what I should be doing right now, because I wouldn't be able to have very many other options. Oh, it's really good. I forgot to talk about what I like about it. You get really, really nice dark undertones to this beer. You can tell that there's a lot of a malty base to this beer. Okay, I don't really think that this is one of those beers out there that has, you know, loads of hops and, you know, crazy IBUs in it. Okay, this is far from an IPA. This is, I don't want to say it's far from a Pilsner taste. It's not a Pilsner taste, but it's not, you know, freak. If I'm saying that it has a little bit of a Pilsner, you know, skunky aroma in it, then obviously it's going to resemble something more of a Pilsner than it's going to a stout or a porter or an IPA. But anyway, this is certainly a really good lager. I wish I could, you know, I was one of those people that could name off all the different malts that would be in the beer, but I'm not really one of those kinds of people. I'm working on it. I'm doing my research. I'm getting there. I'm going to try to stick around as long as I can. And I'm certainly going to try to finish this on camera. I recommend that people drink this at a nice refrigerated temperature. And the reason why I'm saying this, I actually chose, well, I didn't have very much control, but I was planning to drink this at this type of a temperature, because I'm at that level where I know what this is going to taste like when it's really chilled, and I know what it's going to taste like at room temperature. And I'm telling you, for some reason, if the more warmer this beer gets, the more it resembles that of an English ale, you know, UK, United Kingdom style beer. The more chilled this gets, the more I can see it tasting like just a standard lager. It is considered a dark lager, and it probably is. It's got a little bit of a dark lager sort of heaviness to the beer. That's pretty much all I'm able to pick up from it. It also doesn't really, it's not one of those beers that tastes watered down, and I'm sure we can understand why. I was looking at so much carbonation in there with you guys. It's still there. I mean, there was more before, whatever. Ah, so good. All right, buddy. Thanks so much for sending me this beer. We'll chitty chat, and I'll, you know what, I can recommend stuff for you, or you can pick something nice from a nice huge selection of things that I know that are out there at the moment. Until then, buddy, again, thanks so much. This is the kindest thing anybody's ever done for me, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm getting close to the ending of the time here, so I'm kind of trying to, you know, mind all my P's and Q's to the very ending of this video. I also wanted to let you know that I got a little bit left in here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cap on it, and I'm going to throw it in the refrigerator. Girlfriend gets home in about 30 minutes or so. Make sure she gets to try it as well. All right, thanks, man. Again, thanks for spreading the love. I will return the favor. Cheers, and yeah, man, thanks a lot.